Welcome to Luxury Dallas, your go-to guide for the city's finest. I'm here at Monica's Nueva Cocina, and I can't wait to share with you the amazing multicultural fusion experience that awaits for you just inside. So, coming up on today's show, we visit with Monica Greene and learn how she's yet again blazing new trails on the modern Mexican scene with her Monica's Nueva Cocina. Next, we learn how to make our lips more kissable from Dr. Jeffrey Adelglass. And finally, we get to find out how to make pork chook with Monica's chef, Hector Hernandez. So don't go anywhere because this promises to be another exciting show. I don't know about you, but I have a hard time just finding time to get away. Well, now I have the perfect solution, Monica's Nueva Cocina. It's an amazing blend of Mexico, Japan, China, all fused together in a little amazing slice of heaven. Let's sit down with the owner, Monica Greene, to learn all about this concept.
Monica's restaurant just opened 5 weeks ago. It is such an exciting time for us. This restaurant had to be different. This restaurant is supposed to be the best Mexican restaurant in this city. We have combined incredible Mexican flavors, some Tex-Mex favorites, and we have brought you chaufas from Peru and some oriental seasonings to combine some of the best Mexican food in the city. The journey of this restaurant began actually centuries ago when the Spanish arrived to Mexico, and they brought us some incredible flavors. But their flavors, we didn't know that at the time, were actually from the Middle East. Pomegranates, pistachios, capers. In addition to their native flavors, they brought those to us and we combined it with chilies, beans, potatoes, and tomatoes, and so on. And something happened in 1612. They discovered the Pacific and they took this food to the Orient. And now they brought us things that people assume are Mexican, like mangoes and tamarind and vanilla, and we embrace them. Now we're taking some of those ingredients back and we're creating not only a traditional Mexican fare, we're really taking respect with Tex-Mex and recreating some of the most favorite dishes they do in Tex-Mex. But also we're combining those Asian flavors that we call Asian now and bringing it back to Mexico. And we're creating chaufas and we're creating some sushi at this Mexican restaurant. Go figure. Years ago, I focused myself on Mexican food. I was lucky enough to open some restaurants here in town, in Dallas. They have become very popular throughout the years. Monica's Acaya was a staple in Deep Ellum for 20 years. I opened a restaurant named Ciudad years ago. Ciudad was named one of the best 20 restaurants in this country. And if you were to follow me just for a few hours, you would hear 20 or 30 times people say, "We miss Ciudad, we miss Ciudad." This restaurant was inspired for that need. This restaurant was inspired the gourmet aspect that Ciudad brought to the Mexican food scene. In this very hungry business, what we have is a competition to create some of the best and more creative concepts in this country. And Monica's Nueva Cocina does that. We have brought some of the best and most favorite dishes from past ventures. From Monica's, we recreated the Mexican lasagna. And I think we have not only updated it, but we made it better. From Ciudad, we heard that they missed the duck taquitos and the lamb. So we are doing that as well. But Nueva Cocina had to have an evolution. And what we've done here is to create an incredible array of dishes that only focuses on freshness, some organic produce, nothing frozen, nothing packaged. Not only are we doing one cheese like a queso fresco, not only are we grinding our own corn for the tortillas, we make chicharron with a dry dehydrator. We only use fresh ingredients for our drinks. This is a truly different Mexican restaurant, and I hope you can join us one of these days. If my journey with this restaurant began centuries ago, my journey as a restaurateur began 37 years ago. When I arrived to Dallas, I was supposed to go to business school, and lo and behold, did I start working as a busboy in a restaurant. When my father found out prior to me entering college, he gave me an option. And he told me that if I did not go to school and concentrate on that and stop working, that he would cut me off. It took me about 30 seconds to make the decision. I thought I would go back to school next year. I never actually entered, and never went back to school. Starting in the restaurant business was a really good thing for me. My background could not understand or support my transition to become a part of a restaurant. Where I come from, that was a no-no. But I embraced it immediately, and I suddenly realized that I was born to serve. And being in the restaurant business not only gave me the opportunity to be able to grow in a business sense, but to be able to get to know about myself. The opportunity to open this restaurant came with a prize. The prize of getting to know some of the most fantastic people. My business partner, Tran, gave me an opportunity to also meet Van Nguyen. He's an architect from Vietnam who understood my concept about what it is that I wanted for a Mexican restaurant. In this case, an incredible explosion of color, textures, and an affinity to be able to go with the food. From every single angle of the restaurant, from the perspective of the mask that brings up a new Mexico City, vibrant, colorful, playful, to the traditions of the old Mexico, the dichotomy all blend together to create and to afford for us to have the kind of eclectic food and menus that we have here at the restaurant. Without him, without his help, this restaurant would have been beautiful but not as good. So I owe something to Bon. We call him Mr. Bon. Art, food, and Mexico, hello. They all combine. They all go perfect. And in this restaurant, what you will find is different corners with different perspectives about what it is that we wanted to portray that would enhance your senses as you eat. In some instances, we have very modern luchadores masks, wrestling masks, to be able to awaken your senses when you come through the door. In addition to that, we have 4 very hand-carved, hand-painted masks that represent the northeast, west, and south of Mexico, as every region that we're going to explore the food. And the other side, you have a region called Tajín. I was born in a street named Tajín in 1956 in Mexico, and I wanted to represent that area. It's in the middle of a jungle, and these 2 heads, they are monolithic in style, represent that area very, very well. They're prehistoric in nature, and you're going to be able to see those. The colors, well, we use colors in Mexico to warn away spirits, to welcome people, and to bring in fortunes. And in these walls and in this restaurant, you will find each and one of those colors. And if you have a chance to come here one time, I would tell you what each and one of those represents. Years ago, while traveling to Santa Fe, I realized that a lot of people were painting by the river. And that's one of the things that I never done in my entire life. So I thought, why not do that also? So I decided to paint. This restaurant housed one of my paintings, one of my very early paintings. I have evolved. But in addition to that, we have an incredible selection of paintings and some familiar reproductions that I think that any customer would enjoy. Some of them are funny. And there is a photo of me in the bathroom that people seem to enjoy very much. So if you want to check it out, you may have to be a male to go enter that room, but other than that, our journey to become one of the most different Mexican restaurants in the city took us to Mexico City, where we find a molino. What is a molino? It's a grinder for corn. In this restaurant, we decided not only to buy masa to make good tortillas. Many good restaurants in the city already do that. We may be the only Mexican restaurant in the city that has a molino. A molino that grinds every morning is corn, not only to produce the best tortillas that you can put in your mouth, but huaraches, sopes, tamales. This is really a different kind of an art, a cooking art. And I invite you to taste those tortillas. Come here, I'll give you one. I'll put a little bit of butter, avocado, whatever you like. You will love them. Monica's Nueva commitment to food also translates into the drinks. Our bar drinks offer natural ingredients for specialty margaritas and other drinks. Everything from infused pineapple with tequila to cucumber margaritas, and all made with fresh lime juice. In addition to that, our prices are incredible. We chose to have a premium well, so we don't offer anything that is not well recognized. In addition to that, our everyday margaritas are $3.50. No happy hour needed here. We're always happy at Monica's. Most people never really have asked me whether I'm interested in cooking or not. I always wanted to be in the kitchen, and nobody knows that. But nobody ever let me because they thought that I was better at the front. But here at Monica's Nueva Cocina, if you want something special, I have the greatest chef that allows me to go back there and cook anything I want for any special needs you may have. Our vegetarian selections may not include all of the flavors that you may want. So don't be surprised if you come here with a special request and I get back there and prepare you a very remarkable, unforgettable meal.
If the spicy flavors at Monica's haven't pumped up your lips, well, we have the next best thing. Let's ask Dr. Jeffrey Adelglass how to get more kissable lips.
So, where'd you have it done? Cheryl, you look fantastic.
Skintastic, girl. Skintastic over in Dallas. It was a perfect weekend. 5-star hotel, limo, just Jack and I, and no one in this town has a clue.
When it's time for a little nip tuck, let the pros at Skintastic set it all up over in Dallas. No hassle, no worry, and no one needs to know.
Fantastic.
Skintastic.
Beauty is about harmony and about balance, and one of the most obvious examples of this can be found when we look at one's lips. If the eyes are the windows to the soul, then the lips are surely the door to it. Their appearance plays a huge role in not only how we feel about ourselves, but also in how others respond to us. As we age, our lips tend to drop and become thinner. Many of my patients notice that the red portion of the lip and the border of the lip lose that fullness, that voluptuous shape. Whether yours are thinning or you just desire fuller lips, this might be the perfect procedure for you. The nearly immediate and visible results may go a long way into understanding why lip enhancement is one of the most requested services at Skintastic. Anyone desiring bigger lips can gain some benefit from lip augmentation. Often we see younger women who desire the larger, pillow-like lips to mimic those of famous movie stars. Those already blessed with larger lips usually benefit the most from additional augmentation, and many appreciate the improved framing of their lips that can be achieved by filling and defining the lips border. A thinning upper lip can also give the appearance of anger, so those who have thinning lips and loss of a definable lip border due to the aging process will greatly appreciate the ability of filler to replace what was once there. And if lipstick is bleeding into the fine smoker's lines, filler may also provide nice results and may also be paired with a .CO2 procedure to further maximize the outcome. Patients who are born with very thin lips will achieve a beautiful but limited amount of improvement following the procedure. Unfortunately, they may not expand to the full, voluptuous red lips we see on the big screen. So the time I spend with my patient discussing realistic expectations and designing what is best for their particular face is key. My background as a cosmetic otolaryngologist and the specialized training I've had in the face and neck area allows me to not only enhance an already beautiful woman or man, but to really understand what will be the best way to achieve the most natural results. If you want these results, experience counts. Patients with very thin lips who want to look like an Angelina Jolie will likely be disappointed. The natural lip structure is simply not suited to producing that lip volume without developing a sausage appearance. There is a reasonable range within which a patient's natural lips can work and will look amazing, and there is actually also a maximum amount that can be attained given each patient's lip contours, anatomy, and position within the face. The lips are a very important feature of the face. Whether we are talking to someone either consciously or subconsciously, we notice and evaluate their lips. Full lips are a sign of sensuality and youth. There are numerous options today to create soft, natural appearing lips. Now, we've all seen lips that just weren't right. There's something a little off. Maybe they were overblown or top heavy. Maybe they were overly bulbous and looked like a sausage, or the duck lip looked. The key here is natural. Most people do not want others to know they had their lips enhanced. There are several natural proportions that need to be followed so that the upper lip and lower lip look good together. In general, the upper lip should be 1/3, while the lower lip should be 2/3 of the total size of both lips. A curve and natural French pout can be created to lift and bring out the border of the lips within the skin, known as the vermilion cutaneous border. Another important point is that lips must feel natural. If material is placed that takes the sensation away or makes the lips lumpy or hard, this can be a very traumatic experience for patients. Here at Skintastic, we feel that the most effective yet natural looking and feeling treatment option for enhancing the lips is achieved by using fillers such as Restylane or Juvederm. These hyaluronic acid fillers are among the safest on the market, and they rarely cause any nodularity or have any allergic reaction. They plump the lips and replace facial volume, with results lasting anywhere from 6 to 18 months. Lips are one of the most common areas to treat with fillers. Understanding what makes lips beautiful is helpful in obtaining great results. However, the ideal lip, as often described in the literature, may not be achievable in all patients. So achieving a nice natural look is always our goal. For example, ideally, the lip should be divided into 1/3 upper and 2/3 lower. The upper lip is slightly smaller than the lower. However, on some faces, this may not look natural at all for their facial shape and contour. So be wary of trying to make everyone fit with a one-size-fits-all pair of luscious lips. As with any filler, combining the artist's eye behind the syringe, as well as the patient's eye for what they desire, is the key to achieving successful lip augmentation that you will appreciate and be proud of each time you smile. Lips are a prominent part of one's face, and everyone's opinion of what their lips should look like is different. So the consultation is crucial in what one's lips should look like. That's why I personally meet with every patient and make sure that my idea for what their lips look like is the same as theirs. I have vast experience in this and can do all sorts of different shape and size lips, but most people leave it to my judgment, since I have the wealth of experience to help them achieve beautiful, sensuous, kissable lips. Here at Skintastic, we make every effort to ensure that our patients have the most comfort during our procedures, and we ensure this in a number of ways. One is we use an anesthetic cream prior to any injection. Number two, we use ice globes that are specially formulated for us to use cold therapy so that any injection has minimal discomfort. In addition, we either use products that contain lidocaine or mix additional lidocaine into our products to give patients that added sense of not having any pain. by achieving all these things, our procedures are comfortable, well tolerated, and result in beautiful, sensual, kissable lips.
The first thing people always notice about me is my eyes. I always had thinner lips and I didn't feel like I was symmetrical, so I came in and saw Dr. Adelglass and he suggested fillers. I've tried Juvederm and I've tried Restylane. Both have worked great for me. I had immediate results. I walked out of the office looking great, had kissable lips. I got tons of compliments on it, and all my girlfriends wanted to do it, so I would definitely recommend it to anyone.
Now, let's head back over to Monica's Nueva Cocina and meet Chef Hector Hernandez and learn a few kitchen secrets that might help explain why Monica's is one of my favorite new hotspots in Dallas.
Monica's Nueva Cocina has two genres and one commitment: great food, and another one, great entertainment. When you come through the door, you're in a lounge. An international lounge that offers live music on Friday and Saturdays, late night food, snacks. You can come here after you go into the theater. You can come here after dinner and just have a drink, or you can listen to the music, or you can dance. Or you can come and have dinner at the restaurant and join us later on for an aperitif after that, and pretend you're in New York, Paris, or Mexico City. This restaurant offers a combination of a great restaurant with a lounge atmosphere that will really make you feel like you're not in Dallas. Well, we're going to take you to our first step of what makes a restaurant in Dallas popular: the salsa. And the way we do the salsa is unique. We don't use any canned produce, anything frozen. The chef Hector is about to explain to you what he does in order to create this incredible, very refresh and spicy sometimes salsa.
All right. So we have here, we have everything is charred. We have charred tomatoes, charred onions, garlic, and habanero peppers and serrano peppers. Salt and a little bit of cilantro, and that's it. Everything is fresh, no oil, no fat, completely healthy.
So the juices are all just from the vegetables?
Yes.
Wow, awesome. It looks good. It looks good. All right, what's the next step?
Should we work it?
Yeah, let's see it.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, you do it by hand?
We do it by hand.
So we want a chunky salsa. We don't want all the way puree. So that's it. So we want is in Mexico it's called molcajete salsa. It's made on a mortar, but this we have to do it like this because we do like 6-7 buckets every day.
Every day, 6
Yes.
or 7 buckets.
Yes.
I get the first taste. Okay, don't follow me.
Let me try it.
Oh my God.
Sure it's right.
Perfect.
Little
Perfect.
spicy, earthy, smoky.
Oh my God.
You want to try it?
I try one. Every time I come in the morning, I have to try it. Very good.
That is amazing.
Simple, fresh,
Fresh every day.
every day.
That's awesome.
Yes.
That's
And-
salsa.
And we use the best tomatoes we can get.
That's fabulous.
Okay, today we're cooking the pork chook. It's a pork chop from Yucatan, Mexico, and it's been marinated with citrus and achiote. Achiote is seeds coming from Yucatan. It's a paste. Then you put some vinegar, salt, and pepper. And so we marinate the pork chop with that. So we're gonna cook it on the grill. We have right here is pork chop. This is saffron rice, also very popular in Yucatan. So what we do is just heat it up, quick flash. So we check our pork chop, flip it over. This is a pork chook. That's a really traditional dish in Mexico, Yucatan, Mexico. Normally it's a pork shoulder. It's sliced really thin, marinated with achiote and citrus, and just cook it on the grill really fast. But what I do in here is I use a pork chop. So it has a more texture, bigger portion also. And also the saffron rice. That's my interpretation. They use it in Mexico a lot. That's the Spanish influence we have. And also I use fresh onions. I use radishes also. So now we're gonna plate it. So we wanna give it nice presentation. All right. All right. So now we have frijoles colados. That means it's been strained or refried, but no lard, just oil. And we have our chili tomate sauce. That's a tomato with habanero sauce. Right. So we have our pork chop. It's being cooked medium rare. We finish with some pickled red onions, some watermelon radish, some micro cilantro, and some beautiful avocados from Mexico, from Michoacan, Mexico. And this is our pork chook. So now I'm gonna cook the chufa. That's a Peruvian fried rice. I start with a little bit of sesame oil and the wok. Put some of the white rice. So now we add the vegetables. And add some bell peppers too. And we add our sauce that's been made here. We call it a stir fry. That's oyster sauce with some of rocoto pepper. That's a Peruvian pepper. Finish with a little bit cilantro. So we can add chicken, we can add pork belly, or we can even add some meat. Whatever you want to add, a shrimp. And this is our chufa fried rice. Finish with a little bit cilantro. And this is ready.
Thank you so much for joining us for this episode of Luxury Dallas. I'm going to stay and have a fabulous meal, but you should go check us out on Facebook, or better yet, follow us on Twitter so that you can stay updated on all that is this city's finest. And we'll see you next week on Luxury Dallas. Luxury Dallas has been brought to you by Skintastic, your beauty realized. For information on booking a segment, contact Lamont PR. This has been a production of Media Matters, when your message needs to matter.